Hi everyone, welcome to a postpartum legs and hip class. I am baby free today. Callan is being watched by my sister and my nieces, which everyone is just very excited to be together, and I'm really grateful to have this time just to practice and share this practice with you all. And so today for our leg and hip stretch, we are going to be using something that is strap-like. If you have a dog leash, you could use even like leggings or like yoga stretchy pants, a long sleeve shirt, right? You get the idea. You definitely have something around that can serve the same purpose as like a yoga strap or an exercise strap. So we're going to use that, but first let's get started in a comfortable seated position. And I use the word comfortable loosely. We might be feeling really tight and tense, so just bring yourself to a space where you can start to let some of the tension go, especially if it's down in the hips and the legs. This seat might not be the most comfortable, so bringing a blanket or a pillow, something that elevates your hips right up underneath your sits bones and lets your legs and your knees pour forward so that your hips are higher than your knees. That could really help with the low body. So starting in this seat, again, any seat that's comfortable for you right now, we're just going to take a few grounding deep breaths together. So if you'd like to close your eyes or drop your gaze to the floor. Honor and recognize that this could be the first breath that you've noticed today, and that is beautiful that you've just been able to take the time to do so. Letting your shoulders relax and your jaw unhinge. We're just breathing in through the nose and letting it fall right out of the mouth. Take one more mindful breath on your own. And if your eyes are closed, you can blink them open. We'll start by finding a circular seat here in our cross-legged seat. Just starting to circle around on the sits bones, letting yourself kind of shift forward and then slightly kind of rounding back. Just starting to wake up the core and the start of our low body practice. Reverse that circle. When I was newly postpartum, maybe even up to 6 months, I remember just how tight my legs and my hips feel. Not that they're any better right now, but they are a little bit. But I remember they were so tight, like just standing a certain way, like I could get into a really deep stretch for, say, my calf muscles or something like that. Just with like really simple positions of my body, I was actually stretching them. So we're going to stay upright now in the center. Take your left leg out to the side and keep your right foot in. Then start to turn towards your extended leg. Just taking a few little finger steps forward. We're not taking a deep forward fold yet, just starting to warm up. Have your toes pointed to the sky. Try to keep your chest and your heart lifted here. And then start to back up, coming back up to shoulders above hips, and then one more time, walking down. This doesn't have to be further than the first time. Yeah, so I was remembering that I was really tight in my legs. Somebody who was, practicing and teaching yoga quite frequently. I was doing a lot of downward facing dogs, but towards the end of my 3rd trimester, that wasn't a pose that I was really looking forward to doing. And so my legs were super, super tight ever since having Cal. And now he's 9 months old. It's crazy. Come on back up out of this fold. We're just going to switch over to the other side. Bend your knee. Nice straight leg. Point those toes up to the sky. All right, so there's a little twist here. We're twisting towards the leg and then walking fingertips down. You might notice on one side that you can fold a little bit further than the other, or maybe not, maybe they're the same. It's just all of these differences that are really cool to notice about yourself and your body. Just taking mental note, being curious. If I do this, what happens? Or if I don't do this, this is how it feels. It's really interesting just to get to know this body, especially postpartum. It's gone through so many changes, and kind of reintroducing yourself to your body and your body back to you. This is a really beautiful relationship. We're going to come back out of the fold just for a breath and then walk back in again. Okay, getting to know yourself anew. Subtle changes. Good. And come back up to center. Now soles of the feet both come together in a classic Baddha Konasana or butterfly pose. Your heels can be as close to your body as comfortable for you. And then we're going to start to kind of really hold on to the ankles, roll your shoulders back, lift your chest, and then find a slight, like a drawbridge, slightly leaning forward while keeping those shoulders back. You can let your head rest if that feels better, gazing down at the floor. Nice deep breath here. Back up and extend both legs out. Bring your hands back behind you. Roll your ankles, circling your toes. Good. Then bend your knees. Both feet nice and wide, and then starting to windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Then back to center one more time, both legs right out in front of you. And then cross one leg over the other. I cross my right over my left first. And same, just little finger steps forward. I'm leaning and kind of reaching my chin and my chest forward here. Trying to flex my bottom foot so toes are pointed up to the sky. And now as you come up, slide that foot, keep it over the extended leg, sliding it up so your knee's bent and you're holding on nice and tight. And then start to twist towards your thigh, or you can take a more open twist in the other direction. This stretch just feels really good for me for the kind of like outer right hip, piriformis, kind of going up to the SI joint. So it feels like a really good stretch. And stay relaxed in your neck and your jaw, and your cheeks and your forehead. And then we'll start to spin out of this twist. Switching legs to the other side, we're just going to let that left foot come over. Point the right toes up to the sky. Try to sit tall here, and then finger steps down. The top leg's just kind of hanging out. Top foot is relaxed. Breathe into those tighter, sticky spaces. Exhale, let them go. Good, now start to lift your chest and bring your leg up along with you. Hold your knee in so you're still seated tall, shoulders down. And this could feel like a nice stretch here. Just holding the knee towards the chest like this. Okay. Keeping one hand in towards your thigh and take the back hand back behind you. Right, keep hugging this knee into your chest as you twist. Good. When you're ready to unwind back to center, take both legs out. And we're going to go down onto our back. Okay, so have your strap or strap-like thing next to you. Take your knees into your chest when you get there. Gentle rock side to side, right over your sacrum. Right, for me too, my pelvis really is still different after pregnancy and giving birth. I can tell that I'm a little imbalanced, so I try to use my mindfulness practice throughout the day to be aware of how I'm standing, my posture, am I leaning to one side or the other. And I try to not make it a stressful thing, but just an awareness practice, right? It's not something that I'm scolding myself for having these habits. It's just being aware and doing what I can to help my body out. All right, so letting your feet come down to the floor, your feet about hip distance apart. Take your left knee in and strap to the ball of the foot. Now, you should have something that's long enough so you don't have to reach really high. You just let the strap kind of come down to you. And with my toes kind of pulling towards my face, the ball of my foot pressing towards the sky. Gentle bend into the knee. This is where I'm going to stay and breathe for a few breaths. No rush to do anything else here. You might even close your eyes and almost start to breathe. Imagine your breath flowing up and down the back of your leg. Right? As you inhale, maybe the breath travels up your leg to your foot. On an exhale, flowing from the foot back down to your hip. Full breath in. Deep exhale out. One more time. Now, option to keep this other leg, your other foot on the floor, or you can extend your leg out. That might feel good. If it doesn't, move right back to where you started. Now we're going to cross the strap into the right hand. Take your left hand out to the side or just down by your body. And let your leg come just over midline. Just crossing on that diagonal. Hold it here. Notice where you feel sensation now. Where has it changed? Where has it moved, if at all? Now coming back with your leg back to the starting place. Both hands come back to the strap. And then start to gently pull your leg back into center. If you'd like to lift your head, your forehead towards your knee, just for a breath. And then release back down. Okay. Keep your leg up in the air. We're just going to take the strap off, so keep that leg up. Both arms come out wide to a T. And then slowly start to press your heel away as your leg comes down to the floor. might feel a lot longer than your other leg. And then shake both of your legs out once it lands. Good. Reach your hands up overhead now. Fingers to toes, stretch. Roll out the hands, the fingers, the wrists. Ankles, feet, and toes. The arms coming back down by your side. Step your left foot in to the mat and then pull your right knee in so you can strap the right foot now. Okay, let the strap come down to you. Start to flex your top foot, pressing the ball of the foot up to the sky. With a gentle bend into your knee, breathe up the leg all the way to the heel. And then exhale all the way down to your hip. Kind of like an elevator of your breath, just following up the leg and back down. Last breath. Keeping your bent leg just where it is or choosing to extend it down. Take both straps into your left hand now with your right hand coming down to the floor. Then your right leg crossing your midline on a diagonal. Right. Our right hip is slightly lifted away from the floor, but it's not like we're going into a twist here. It's to really control. That's why we're not going too far past the midline on this diagonal. We're trying to isolate a little bit more through the outer hip area. Or you might be feeling this more in your calf muscle or your shins. It really is just a total individual practice, but some of the things that we do, we might be feeling together at the same time. Take another breath here. And come back up to center. Both hands to the strap, your legs back where it started. And then if you'd like to lift your forehead as you hug your leg in. And then release softly your head back down. Keep your foot lifted, just remove the strap. Relax your hands. And then start to lower your leg all the way down. Hovering down your speed all the way to the floor. Nice soft landing. Once you land, let your legs just kind of do a little jiggle, release your hips here, shake out your fingers and your hands. I never ever realized how tight the muscles in my hands and my forearms could get after having a baby. So that'll be a whole nother class. Hug your knees into your chest here again. And then with each hand on either knee, we're going to start to make some circles, concentric circles, opening the knees away from each other and then drawing them into center. And then reverse. Step your left foot down again here. And this time cross your right foot over, creating like a figure 4 shape. And then I like to hold on either behind my thigh, using that little hole that I created between my legs. Or I keep both hands on the lifted leg, the leg closer to me, pressing the knee out and flexing my foot. Just the hands there are really nice reminders to stay active and engaged. Soften where you can. I just noticed I was holding so much tension up in my arms and my shoulders. Good. Okay. Release your hands wherever they are. Step your foot down. And then take this shape without changing it much. See if you can drop it down to the floor for a twist. You could look in the opposite direction of your legs. And then come back to center. Twist to the other direction. This time, your foot's going to slide to the outside of your knee as your knee falls towards the ground. Okay, so then your left hip is going to be sort of lifted up off of the floor here. Okay, now come back up to center. Windshield wiper between sides. And the knees up to the sky. Second side, left foot crosses over the right thigh. Figure 4. Place your hands where you'd like them. This left knee, with or without the help of your hand, is pressing forward as your right leg is gently guiding your shin towards your chest. Release from here. Take your twist, falling over to the right first. You can turn your head in the opposite direction. And then come back up to center. And twist to the other side. This time, your right foot, you're coming on the inside arch to let your legs fall this way. Left ankle to the outside of your right knee. Turning your head again if you'd like. And then coming back up to center, gazing straight above you, and then knees sway one more time. Now, depending where you are in your postpartum journey, happy baby might not be a pose that you really like or want to practice yet, and that's fine. You'll just bring your knees into your chest and really enjoy this because it feels really good. If you're a happy baby, you can reach the soles of your feet or grab your big toes with your peace fingers and let your knees get pulled down to the floor as your feet press up into your hands. And trying to keep your sacrum down towards the mat. Instead of lifting your tail way up, try to press it down. And you can sway here too. Releasing your feet, roll over to your side completely, and then press yourself up here. Similar stretches when we started. Left leg out to the side, right foot in. This time we're going to first twist towards the bent knee. Take your right hand like a rainbow, reaching over towards the extended leg. Relax this bottom shoulder. to lift yourself back up to center. This time forward fold directly out in front of you. And walk your hands in. Switch to the other side. Twist towards the bent knee. Hand slides down the leg. Top arm up and over. Relaxing your bottom shoulder. I need that reminder too. And when you're ready, lifting back up to center, pouring straight forward. And come on up from here, right back where we started, to a cross-legged seat. Relax your shoulders and sit well. Perhaps the seat feels a little bit lighter or taller than the first. Guide your hands together in front of your chest. Sending gratitude to your body for all that it has and continues to do for you each and every day. Namaste.